Welcome to the Heaven Online magazine, and it's November, and you're with the fabulous LWA. Joining me on today's panel are the incredible Christy Heaven.
Hello.
I don't know how to introduce just Wendy Thomas. She needs no introduction. Hi, Wendy.
Oh, I'm still here.
I know, and because it's November. And in homage to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which is coming to Wales this year, I thought we'd do I'm a Welsh woman, get me out of here. So this is how it's going to work. Everybody in the house is thinking, what is she up to now? Okay, so first of all, we're going to think, right, okay, so we've been chosen to go into I'm a Celebrity now, and we're allowed to choose our campmates. So as you know, there's always 10 that go in first. So we're allowed to choose 9 campmates. And I have told you to think properly about this. And they're not allowed to be dead, Wendy, so we can't have Doris Day.
No.
So I'm going to start with Christy. So Christy, who are your 9 celebrities and why?
Okay, so the first one has actually already been in the jungle. And it's Allison Hammond.
Oh,
I absolutely love Allison Hammond. She can brighten anyone's day. And I think one of the big things about being in the jungle is that it gets really boring, which is also why I'd want Gemma Collins there too. Because I think those two are entertainment in themselves. So the mixture of the GC and AH together, I think would just be, I just have to sit back and watch, and they would just be the most entertaining in all the right and wrong ways.
Who are you, and can you tell me where my niece has gone? Has she vacated the building? The GC!
So
oh,
she's so funny!
Oh my God, okay.
She's
okay.
funny.
Couldn't cope with ice skating. Never mind going into the jungle.
She only lasted 24, 48 hours in the jungle?
No, she didn't last, which is why I think it would be so funny to see what she would actually do. Because I think if Gemma Collins had stayed, she would have won that year.
Okay, yeah, well,
that's what I'd say.
We'll agree to differ on that one. So come on now, who else?
Right, the next two are David Tennant and Michael Sheen.
Oh, yes.
Because I'd want a fellow Welshman in there with me, and Michael Sheen is up there with the top, in my opinion, and he's also really, really funny. Yeah. And David Tennant is a friend of his as well. Yeah. And obviously, as you know, I'm a big fan of David Tennant.
Yes.
So he would have to be there with me.
Yeah.
And then the next one is Autie Mabuse from Strictly.
Oh, yeah,
because I think she would get everyone,
dancing.
I'm not really like a fitness person, but like I wouldn't mind learning some dance.
Yeah.
Because it gets boring.
Yeah.
So Autie is a good kind of mix in between. Olivia Colman.
The actress.
I think she would be a laugh.
Yeah.
I think she would be really, really funny. I can see none of you would have any.
I'm ready to shout, I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here now. But carry on.
I've gone.
I know. This wasn't what I was expecting from Christy, so, I'm just like, whoa.
Because I thought about this really hard. So that's, like, I didn't just choose every, A-list Disney person. I chose people who I
think would make your experience all the better.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also who ITV could afford. Which is why I also chose Monica Galletti from MasterChef. So I wouldn't want John or Greg because they would annoy me. Right. So I went with Monica because she's an amazing chef, and you have to have a chef in there.
Gotta have a chef in the jungle, yeah.
And she's also really ripped, and I'm she'd be able to do all the trials, get back all the stars. We'd be a winner.
Yeah.
And then for a bit of fun, I put in Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner, who are the 2 sisters from Game of Thrones. And Sophie Turner's also married to Joe Jonas.
Oh, yeah. She's pregnant at the moment, yes.
Yes, she is, yeah. So those 2 are also very good friends. And they are known for, filming videos and being a right laugh. So that's my 9.
Okay. Right, now, Wendy, can you restore a bit of normality to the panel, please?
I would have to have all the, well, a lot of the very pretty people who look absolutely beautiful with their makeup on, just to see them look like hell in the morning when they get up. I'd have to have Tom Allen on there. The one that's you like him as well, do you, Chris?
I like him. Yeah, actually, I'm actually gutted I haven't got him down because Tom Allen
Tom
would have been
Allen.
on the list.
Yeah.
He just cracks me up. I just love Tom Allen. Obviously, Gordon Ramsay.
There's your chef.
Have a bit of,
The chef.
well, chef and something else, and it was Gordon Ramsay. I mean, say, you know, "Ooh, what was that sound? Do you mind if I get in with you, Gordon?" And he'd be like, "No, come here, bitch." So, and also that comedian that's usually on Bake Off as well. What's his name? Is it Joe something? What's his name? Help me out, Christy.
Noel Fielding?
Noel Fielding. Yeah. Okay, so you're both going for Bake Offs, or Master Chefies.
Yeah. We'll have a bit of him. Couldn't cope with like a selfish person of, no, I'm not going to compromise, you know, you will do what I say. JC.
Oh, G.
She would be
all right.
Yeah, she would be like that.
You
so
don't like
I
her, do you? No.
No.
I think she's Marmite, isn't she? You either love her or you don't. She's very, she splits opinion.
My opinion herself. What is she? What is she?
Okay.
Isn't it? So, and we'd also have to have like a good singery person on there. So I don't know, perhaps the Jedward twins, you know, on there.
Oh, that's a very
you can't judge me when
I
he
know.
has Jedward.
I know that's it. Really.
I know, but it just wouldn't be serious with them, would it? You'd just be laughing. And a bit of Gino as well.
Yeah.
So,
okay. All right. Well, my first choice I couldn't have because obviously I want to take my husband into the jungle for obvious reasons, bit of rumpy pumpy. But then I remembered there's going to be cameras there, so I mean that would be an absolute complete no. So Adrian would have to stay home. Mickey Flanagan is my first one because I absolutely love him. We could go out. And he'd really keep me entertained with Mickey Flanagan. Then I'd have Keith Lemon. So he could teach me. Yeah, but he's just so stupid and so much fun, isn't he? He really is, and then, we could we could do his dance, when he does when he jumps. So I can do that. Okay. Now she's been on before. I'm a Celebrity. Emily Atack.
I do.
I really like Emily. She's a girl's girl, isn't she? She likes to eat. She's not too hung up on her weight and stuff like that. She really good laugh. Yeah, she is, isn't she? She is. I don't know. She's kind of like, really coming into her own at the moment. She's fabulous. I absolutely love her. Then I'd have to have Sarah Millican because I just find her sense of humour absolutely fantastic. And we share a love of cakes. So we could talk about cakes for quite some time. And me and cakes, I've got a lot to say about cakes. And there's so many different cakes. We'd be there for hours around the campfire discussing cakes. Okay. Next would be Gino D'Acampo because obviously you've got to have your chef. But he's so funny as well, isn't he?
I know.
I mean,
and he's rude.
Yeah, and he cracks you up. So can you imagine the combination of him, Sarah Millican, Millie, oh God, Emily Atack and Keith Lemon, it'd be a riot. So, okay. Then I take in Nick Knowles because he's one of these ones that don't mind emptying the dunny, which I couldn't do. And he was always building campfires and collecting the water, so we'd have Nick Knowles. Then I'd have Lewis Hamilton. Now, I could just pick his brains. I could talk to him for days and days on end because he is, to me, he's amazing. The only sport I follow is Formula One. And I just want to get inside his brain. How has he got that much
Get
determination?
inside something else by the sound of it.
No. It's just, I mean, he's breaking he's broken nearly every record now in Formula One. And he's just like a machine. And to have that much belief in yourself, I just love to know, how he just keeps doing it week after week, month after month, year after year. And all he wants to do, even if he wins it, he can always find fault to improve for the next race. So I would want to get inside his mind, and find out what makes him tick. And obviously we could talk about cars, which is absolutely amazing. Plus he's into fashion as well, so we could have a good natter about fashion as well. So good all-rounder. And he's fast, probably, and fit, so he can do lots of trials. So he'd be good in the trials, because you've got to think of who could win the trials. So you could fill your belly as well. And last but by no means least, Sir Tom Jones. What a voice. He could sing to me all night, could Tom. It would be absolutely amazing. And the stories he could tell, he's been everywhere. He's met so many people. So I think he'd be great for a good gossip as well. So okay, we've all got our little campmates. So let's go on to what our luxury item would be, because you're only allowed one and it's not allowed to be food or drink. So Christy, what's your luxury item?
So having watched The Jungle since it very first started and seeing what everyone usually brings, I think the one thing that I would have to bring is a camp chair, because I could not sit on a log all day. Like, the thought of sitting on a log is awful. Yeah. I would have to have a chair or a pillow or something that I could sit on so that you're not just sitting on a log all day. I couldn't do it.
Oh. Wendy, what would be your luxury?
Talking about logs, mine would be...
moist. Yeah, moist toilet wipes, lovely.
Yeah, I couldn't live without my Andrex wet tissue wipes.
Yeah.
I couldn't live, no, they would come with me. Yeah, they come with me.
Mine would be a giant pillow with a picture of Adrian doused in his aftershave, so I could see him and smell him and cuddle him. So, I know, sentimental, eh? I know. Get me. Right. Okay, so we've got our luxury items, we've got our campmates, we're in the jungle. Oh, well, we're in the castle now, haven't we? Well,
yeah.
That doesn't matter, does it? So, are there any trials that you absolutely would refuse to do completely? Not even up for negotiation, wouldn't even go to the clearing to do them? Christy?
Anything underwater.
No.
Is a complete no. I am terrified, petrified of the water. And if I just even the thought of having to dive down to where the trial even is, I couldn't do it. So anything underwater, I would say, health reasons, no. I shouldn't even be voted in on this one, because I would just say I'm a celeb before I even got there. I wouldn't even try it. So that's the biggest one for me.
Wendy?
All of them. All of them. As simple as that. Don't get me wrong. I would dive in the water. I'm a strong swimmer. I could do all that, but don't put bloody eels and stuff like that. Yeah. And look, I'm like this now. Yeah, scratching.
I know.
When they shove them, they got those ants and everything. No, all of them.
I could cope with the ants, I could cope with the snakes, I could cope with the rats, and I could cope with the cockroaches. If you put one of those Huntsman spiders anywhere near, I wouldn't even travel to Australia, full stop. If they phoned up and said, will you come on, I'm say, no.
There is only one trial I will do. And that is the one right at the end with the cyclone.
That would be good fun. Yeah, I also couldn't do any of the eating ones. Bad gag reflex. I can't even eat cockles, let alone kangaroo penis. Can you imagine? Oh, and the fish eye. So yeah, totally. Christy, could you do the eating challenge?
I could eat anything as long as it wasn't the vomit fruit or the rotten egg. I think I'd be able to eat something else and say it's just meat. But the vomit fruit and the 1,000-year-old egg.
But what about the fish eye? Apparently,
it's just meat. It's just
No.
But you can tell yourself, oh, this is something that you could eat because it's meat. But the vomit fruit that actually stinks before you even put it near your mouth.
Yeah, but it's the gristle as you bite into it, and then all the juices.
Yeah. Wendy, could you chomp down on a kangaroo penis?
I would do anything except for eyes and anuses. They put it in front of me. Is that an eye or is it an anus? No, I'll eat it then. Yeah. I'll have a go.
What about the ones where you're buried underground and you can't see anything and they just tip things on you and things crawl past you? No.
You could do that.
Yeah, I think.
And you don't actually see what's
what
on
it
you.
is. As long as they promised me that there was no spiders going in there, I could do that one, I think.
Oh, don't stop, I'm itching like that.
I know. Okay, well, what about, if you remember a couple, no, I think they've done it not last year, but the last couple of years, where they had to walk out on that plank on the skyscraper at the beginning of the programme. No. I'd have been on the next plane home. I couldn't have done that.
I would have been in a coffin. I would have had a heart attack then.
And I would have, yeah.
How they done that is just, oh my God. No.
I'm not sure if I would prefer that over jumping out of the plane.
No, I think I'd rather go the plane.
Or would you?
You strapped to an expert as well, and I think once you was kind of like thrown over, you're over and out, I think you'd be so in awe of the sight and what was happening. You'd be like,
and everybody says you enjoy that.
Yeah. When you're looking around and it's amazing, and as soon as they've popped the parachute, you're not going to crash and die. I think you'd enjoy that element.
But with that other thing, you're going to walk out, turn round, and then walk back.
Yeah, and you could see you shaking. Could you be like, oh my God? Because I don't do heights. I'm not very good with heights, but I think But saying that, before I go up in the plane and be launched out, I'd have to down a bottle of vodka first for a bit of touch courage.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's wacky illegal in Australia, because I'd have a few of them as well, and I'd be like, oh yeah, show me the plane.
Well, I can't smoke, but I just smell it. I'd be like at the side of it.
Yeah.
Blow it on me. Blow it on me.
Oh, we did a few. Remember the program with Gino, Fred, and Gordon, where they went to the they could make little cannabis truffles first, and we could eat them. We'd be high to go. Yeah, we get high to go high.
Yes. No.
So, looking back on all the series, is there any standout moments for you as well, which you think, oh my God, that was absolutely incredible? Christy's nodding and Wendy. So what's yours, Christy?
I think Paul Burrell putting his hand in the wall.
Yeah.
I think that's just one of the moments where even after all of these seasons, I still remember Paul Burrell putting his hands in the wall. And him like going, it was just so funny. So funny.
Wendy?
Yeah. That American actor, very handsome, Hamilton something, is that his name? George Hamilton.
George Hamilton, is it? Right.
And he was with Kim from Kim and Aggie.
Oh,
and he had to share the caravan, and every night he'd say, good night, darling, and she'd say, oh, good night, lovey, good night. And then in the middle of the night then, it's like he'd be sitting up and looking at her because she'd be snoring her head off, and he'd be like that. And then in the morning, she'd say, morning, darling, and he'd say, oh, good morning, and she'd say, did you sleep well? Yes, I slept lovely, thank you. Not like this.
Yeah.
And you can know his fit. Oh, I thought it was brilliant. Absolutely. And Gino DeCampo one. So,
my favourite moment was Dean Gaffney.
Oh.
He come in as a replacement, or he was a late one, and the first thing he had to do was a live trial. I've never heard anybody scream. Paul Burrell was good, but I mean Dean Gaffney, it was just fabulous. And Gillian McKeith fainting live. During the trial, yeah. And even with the Helen Flanagan, she'd get down and then they'd tell her what she was going to do, and she'd go, "Oh no, I'm not doing that." And the Anton were like, "What? You're not even going to try?" No, not even going to try. That would be Wendy. That would she'd get down to the jungle clearing, and they go, "Wendy, you've got to do this," and she'd go,
"Their eyes and anuses are not doing it."
It's all right. They can all do a losing weight, can they? They can survive on rice and beans. So,
I know.
So if you've got anything else to, well, what are we hoping for with the Welsh one? Do we think it's going to be good or?
Well, what I mean to say, when you think about it, when they're over in Australia and they need a wash, they've got to go under the rocks, and they won't be able to do that up the bloody mountains. It'll be icicles. How are they going to manage that?
No bikinis in the showers, are they? They're not going to have that.
Oh, God, no. And also, night time, I mean to say, it's going to be minus something, surely.
Oh.
Because that's where the soldiers go for their training.
But I'm like, like most of the trials in Australia involve the insects, don't they? So I'm like, how are they going to get around that? So I'm curious.
That's what I'm excited to see how they change it up, because obviously it's going to be different. So I'm excited to see how different it's going to be. And even if it's just for 1 year, then it'll be nice to see what they could do. Not in Australia.
I mean, so you're not going to kill a snakes, are you, going around them like they do up there?
I wouldn't have thought so. But as I said, it'll be interesting. So on that note, well, thank you very much for sharing your campmates and your luxury items and your love of...
Always remember, no eyes or anuses.
No, I was going to say, or vomit fruit or rotten eggs or So on that note, please say goodbye, Christy Heaven.
Bye.
Please say goodbye, Wendy Thomas.
Bye.
And bye from me, Emma Heaven. See you next month.